when you aren't in school and you're sort of trying to figure out what is it that you want to do and what is it that will make you happy, I think finding a job in something you're passionate about is the core message, because the rest will come. Success, money, recognition, ideas. If you spend your time finding what you truly love, that's half of the job, and that's how I feel about my bikes now. It was my hobby when I lived here in Paris, and I used to go to a class. I was coming in a bike. I moved to New York. I kept biking, and I was working on something else. I opened a PR agency, a talent PR agency, and I always kept in mind that I wanted to have a product, and I have that degree in luxury management, and I thought, why not upgrade a whole category? Like, there's this thing that I love that are bikes, and they're pretty under the radar. Everyone likes bikes, but no one ever took it to the next level, and it is something I love, so it was kind of very fluid. It all happened in 1 year. I had this idea last April in 2012, and April 2013, here we are doing the Colette, so it's definitely a proof that when you work on something you love, things happen. And I think things go together. In the agency I had models, and my models now are modeling for me in my bike commercial, so it becomes your network, and becomes I sort of can mix both businesses because they don't overlap, they're complementary to each other.
And Lorenzo, did you do all the designs yourself, or you commission people to do it and you oversee it?
No, I did the design. I had the help of my business partner David Thomas, the guy we just met. He's an interior designer, so he was helping me. Of course, my ideas were a little bit crazy, and bikes, to get a certification, you need to fall into certain templates and standard design that we were just sort of adapting to what could become reality, and I think this is the closest to what my vision was. I wanted something really graphic, a little bit. I had experience in designing swimwear, and I compared the design of bikes with that because you have so little space, and so the frames are so limited what you can really do. So you could just play a little bit with proportion, and if you stretch a little bit every part you can, the rim, the frame, then you gain surface, and then that's what you get a more of a graphic product like the one we've made. This is a result of a lot of thinking, and also it wasn't the initial idea. The initial idea was very pop, bright colors and all mixed. The frame was pink, and the tires were red and orange, and I had all these crazy ideas, and then I started to refine and thought, you know what, I think the world is so polluted, I think I want to come with a cleaner message, with something more monochromatic. And then when we did the test with the chrome colors, the silver and the gold, and I fell in love with, I'm like, okay, I want a product that it's beautiful just to look at. Even if you don't ride a bike, you can buy this product and put it in your living room and you would admire, like a design object. And to achieve that, I decided to go monochromatic. And then, just like a fashion label, the collection initially was much larger, and then you start editing, and then you adapt to what can be realistic done in terms of production and minimums and all that, and then you want to bring a little bit of the business side of any project. So we decided to stick with those 5 colors that I'm in love with. Red is my favorite color, has always been, so I knew I would have all red, right? And then I decided to keep the chain always red, so this is something that we kept through all the colors, and then the basics, all white, all black, and the gold and the chrome. So the final collection comes in 5 colors, and I think it's it's a message. It's different than what's out there, and I hope the bags will make every city more colorful and vibrant.
And are they light as well? Are they really?
They're light. They're 12 kilos, and they come with 2. We found a new technology where the hub changes gears automatically. So after 10 miles, you feel a little click, and the bike changes into a new gear. So it's a novelty in the bike industry. So as I said, I designed thinking that it would also be pleasant to look at inside, So bring it up, it's going to be safer. But during the day, I guess it's fine. If you know, try always to park the bike somewhere with a lot of people and in front of stores, or you know, there's people watching. And we designed a very nice foldable lock that's very cool. I have it here. Martone cycling, it follows a fashion. I'm mimicking the fashion industry business model. So every year I have a new collection, new colors, and of course brand extension. So this year we launched the lock, the helmets, lights, and a fender. And then I have...
So finally, how did you get into Colette? How did she or Sarah see it? Or?
Well, it was actually, that credit goes to David Thomas, my business partner. He had lunch here downstairs and we had already shot the lookbook in the US and I had just sent him the materials. So he was showing to a friend of his here, having lunch casually. So someone that worked here said, what is that? And then they showed the bikes and that's how we started. And
wow, really?
That's back. I mean, Colette's such a visionary person that has always launched every brand, every product, every category. They're so groundbreaking in everything that they show here. So this is our exclusive launch with them globally, and you know, and then we launched in different places. But one day he told me, I said, yeah, I think anyone in fashion wants the Colette endorsement, wants to be here first.
Right.
Because I love their eye. Their buyers are incredible. Sarah, Colette's daughter, has an incredible eye. I have worked with her in different projects in the past and I just see the sensibility, and it's very much my sensibility. It's like chic but cool, it's effortless, and that's what my bikes are. So I fell in love with the idea of showing here first.
That's so brilliant, thanks.
So yeah, I am a designer. I have an interior design firm that designs stores. I only work with retail groups. And so when Lorenzo called me a year ago, we had lunch actually at Cust. We were talking about ideas, maybe we could do something together. And he called me back about 6 weeks later and said, I have an idea. It's this. So here we are. It's quite secure. It comes out like this. You put it, obviously you attach it to your bike, and then when you finish, you lock it, and it folds back up.
Very nice. And that looks like plastic, but it's steel inside, or what?
Yeah, it's canonized steel, so it's quite difficult to cut through.
Yeah, fantastic. I think I may become one of your